The valedictorians of the class of 2016, Mr. Edward Salviera and Mr. Thomas Street, will please come to the microphone to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Jester, and I am the principal of Fallston High School. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff, we are honored to have you as guests at the Fallston High School commencement for 2016. We have a couple of requests and a bit of information as we get started. First, if you are taking photos, please remain in your seat. Photographers are here taking pictures of each graduate, and you will receive a mailing on how to purchase photos if you wish. Second, please refrain from applause during the distribution of diplomas. It's imperative that every graduate's name can be heard by his or her family. After graduation, the graduates will proceed out of the building. You will be able to meet them outside. We need to clear the arena and surrounding areas so that preparations can be made for the next commencement ceremony. I would like to thank the administration and staff of the Aberdeen Proving Ground Federal Credit Union Arena and Harford Community College for sharing their wonderful facility with us for graduation. Finally, I would ask everyone to please silence or turn off your cell phones at this time. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our guests who will not be addressing you this afternoon. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. From the Board of Education, Mr. Robert Fritsch, Ms. Rachel Gaudier, and Mr. Al Williamson. Representing the Maryland House of Delegates, Mr. Delegate Pat McDonough. From the Harford County Council, Councilman Joseph Woods. From the senior staff of Harford County Public Schools, Chief of Administration, Mr. Joseph Licata. The Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Ms. Deborah Judd. The Executive Director of Elementary Education, Ms. Angela Morton. Executive Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, Dr. Susan Brown. Coordinator of Curriculum Development, Ms. Jacqueline Tarver, Supervisor of Accountability, Mr. Philip Snyder. From our feeder schools, we welcome this afternoon the Principal of Jarrettsville Elementary, Ms. Kathleen Garfola, the Principal of Forest Lakes Elementary, Ms. Christine Langrier, the Principal of Fallston Middle School, Mr. Joseph Muscari, the Principal of Youth Benefit Elementary, Mr. Thomas Smith, the Principal of Joppatown Elementary, Ms. Cheryl Steig. We are also joined by representatives from our PTSA and Cougar Boosters, two outstanding organizations that support our school and family. We welcome the President of Fallston High School's PTSA, Ms. Stephanie Flanagan, and President of the Cougar Boosters, Mr. Richard Leggett. And I am pleased to introduce our senior class advisor who works tirelessly to ensure the seniors' final year at Fallston is a special experience, Ms. Carrie Cummings. Our interpreters for this afternoon are Ms. Alyssa Enders and Ms. Pat McKinney Benjamin. And I would like to especially to extend thanks at this time to my assistant principals, Ms. Valerie Cooper, Mr. Daniel Hanslick, and Mr. Macon Tunker. In addition, counselors Ms. Subi Sullivan and Ms. LaWanda Brown, and Fallston secretaries Ms. Beth Griffin, and Ms. Tina Graff for their invaluable assistance in preparing for graduation. And I would like to also thank all of Fallston's teachers and staff members who are here today. We are honored to have with us this afternoon, bringing greetings from the Harford County Board of Education, Ms. Laura Runyon.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Fallston High School graduating class of 2016. My name is Laura Runyon, and I am delighted to be here today to share this occasion with all of you. This is such an impressive group of young adults, and you have all already achieved so much. And my challenge today is somewhat daunting because I am supposed to say something that will be inspiring, motivating, and memorable. And I have to admit, I struggled with it a bit. But for some reason, I kept thinking about a book I had read nearly 30 years ago, titled All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. It was rather groundbreaking at the time for the simplicity of the lessons described, life lessons that applied whether you were 5 or 50. Can you really learn everything you need to know in life in kindergarten? The answer is of course no, so don't worry, the last 12 years were not wasted. But in many ways, these simple truths apply to us as children and adults. For example, share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, and warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. While these are good lessons to remember throughout your life, the essay that resonates and endures and that I want to leave you with today is about the proof of our importance in the world. Without realizing it, we fill important places in each other's lives. It's that way with the guy at the corner grocery, the mechanic at the local garage, the family doctor, teachers, neighbors, and co-workers. Good people who are always there. People who teach us, bless us, encourage us, support us, uplift us in the dailiness of life. We never tell them, and I don't know why, but we don't. And of course, we fill that role ourselves. There are those who depend on us, watch us, learn from us, and take from us, and we never know. You may never have proof of your importance, but you are more important than you think. There are always those who couldn't do without you. The rub is, you may never know who. If you remember one thing from today, remember that your importance in the world comes from being you. Strive to be that good person that someone can rely on, look up to, or emulate. Make choices that reflect your values. Be honest and fair. Be kind. Say please and thank you. You are all so blessed with so much. Give back. In whatever small way that you can. It really is the most rewarding experience. Take risks, but don't engage in risky behavior and learn the difference. Think of challenges as opportunities. Have fun, be smart, and remember, no one achieves success without the help and support of others, so learn to play nice in the sandbox. I wish you all the best, whether you are entering the workforce, joining the military, going to community college or university. Take a deep breath and enjoy this next stage of your life. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves to figure it all out. This is the time to explore your options. And if you are moving away, remember to call home occasionally and say thank you to those people that held your hand on the first day of kindergarten and have loved and supported you every day, before and since. Good luck, be safe, and enjoy the journey. Thank you.
Bringing greetings from the Maryland State Senate, Senator J.B. Jennings.
Good afternoon, class of 2016. Congratulations. I'm here on behalf of the Maryland State Senate. I, along with my colleague, Harford Community College from the House of Delegates, are here representing the state of Maryland. Both the state of Maryland and Harford County government have invested a lot of money getting you to this point. In fact, roughly $250,000. If you think about it, your minds are worth roughly $250,000 right now. Good thing you can't sell them, because you probably can buy a car, or a radio, or an iPod or something. But getting you to this point has taken a lot of work on each of yours behalf. A lot of hours, a lot of studying. But you know, getting here, you've had a lot of help along the way. You've had a lot of patient teachers who've been there, who worked with you. You've had your brothers, your sisters, and family and friends that have been there and stood by you. But most importantly, you've had your parents. They have been there the entire time. Since that moment you were born, and they could hold you in their hand, to this moment you stand here today. I guarantee you they're more excited that you are sitting there today about to accept these diplomas than you are. So when this is over, make sure you take time to thank them, give them a hug, because they truly would not, you wouldn't be here without them. Now, in about an hour, you're going to walk across the stage, take these diplomas, you're going to move that tassel from right to left, signaling that you're high school graduates. But when you walk back through those doors, you're also going to be signaling to the world that you're something you've been wanting to be called for 18 years. You're now an adult. It's a little scary, it comes with a lot of responsibility, but this is what you have fought for all these years. It's the respect that you have garnered by graduating today. So as you become an adult, comes a lot of responsibility, and you're on your own. The dreams are out there that you want to fulfill, it's up to you. Some of you are going to go directly to college, some will go into the workforce, and a select few of you will enter our nation's military. Wherever you go, you need to realize it's up to you. You truly are guiding your path ahead. Who knows, some of you need doctors, lawyers, mechanics. Zach Billings may win the Masters tournament, who knows? But wherever you go, and I mean this sincerely, it is up to you. You know, I have a quote that I'll read from Walt Disney that says, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." So class of 2016, you have been given the tools you need to go after those dreams. Now you need the courage. So when you go through those doors, it's up to you. Take on the world, accomplish your dreams, and do what you want in this world. Congratulations.
Bringing greetings from the state delegation will be Delegate Richard Impolari.
Good afternoon, Cougars. Okay, wait a minute. Come on. It's time to wake up. Are you really out there? Good afternoon, Cougars. Really? Let's try that one. Good afternoon, Cougars. All right, now I know you're there. They are here, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here today. And I've been to many of these graduations, and I am a Cougar parent. Both of my children graduated from Fallston High School, and so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you can expect, because I've witnessed it and watched it going on. You know, you have reached truly your first milestone in your life. While your parents wanted you to graduate from high school and go on, it was your choice to show up for school every day, get good grades on the test, and do what you were supposed to get here today. And of course, your parents, your family are pleased with you, and I'm sure you are all very pleased with yourself, because you have hit this milestone. And you're going to have many milestones in your life. It may be graduating from college, maybe starting your first job, getting married, having children, giving back to the community. There are many, many milestones that we hope you all will reach. Now, as a Cougar parent, I have suffered the losses that Fallston High School has suffered over the years. Young men losing their lives in military service, tragic accidents, and other very misfortunate things. And I've shared in many of the great opportunities that I've seen happen to students from Fallston High School. My daughter was so well mentored at Fallston High School that this year she began being an elementary school gym teacher in St. Mary's County, because the teachers at Fallston did a great job. And my son is on his way to college. He went here locally to Harford. He's going to go on to Towson. And I've watched their friends grow. I've watched their friends change. And I'm saying this all from my heart because you are like my children. You're moving on. They're young adults now. You're going to be young adults. So this is what I'm going to tell you as you move forward. You have made the right decision by getting to this point. And in your life, going forward, you're going to be put in positions where others may want you to make the wrong decisions. Be true to yourself. Have a mentor in your life that helps move you forward to the goals that you want to accomplish that I just discussed. Never be afraid to say no. Never be afraid to walk away. And never be afraid to grab a fellow cougar and pull them with you and say, this is a road we're not going to go down. And if you follow these simple rules, you will do well, you will be safe, and you will be happy. And you will not let down those people who have helped you get here. So with that, Cougars, I wish you the very best in your life. Move on. Make all of us proud of you. And please come back to Harford County and add to the wonderful opportunity that you have and make this a great place for your children to live, as it was for my children. Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
I'm pleased to introduce County Executive Barry Glassman, who will bring greetings from the Harford County government.
Good afternoon. Thank you, honored guests, families, and most of all, the class of 2016, the Cougars from Fallston High School. You all look awesome this afternoon and ready to go. It's indeed an honor and a privilege for me to bring greetings on behalf of all the citizens of Harford County. We have a lot invested in you, and we are so proud of each and every one of you. Now, I know your travels will take you into higher education, the military, and some of you directly into the workforce. Part of my job as county executive is to remind you that wherever you go, across this country or in the world, you always have a home back here in Harford County. Now, your mom and dad would want me to remind you that that means anywhere in Harford County, not necessarily downstairs or in the basement, all right? We know you're going to do great things. I, for one, am glad to see the summer, spring, and sun arrive this week, and I'm sure you are as you begin your first summer as a graduate. But as the seasons change and you enter adulthood, they are seasons just like many of the seasons of life. And you know, we cannot change or stop the winter or summer from coming. We cannot stop the spring or the fall or make them different than they are. They are gifts from the universe that we cannot refuse. But you and we can choose what we contribute when each of those seasons arrive. Each of you has a different story to tell, and as much as I love technology, my challenge to you is not to tweet it, don't Facebook it, don't put it on a blog. Take somebody by the hand, look them in the eye, and tell them about your story, and thank you, and thank them for helping you arrive here today. You are the next generation of leaders. The world really needs to hear your voice. As you move forward from this day, remember your struggles and your hardships are your gifts, so you can reach down inside yourself and discover your inner power and the glory of who you are. Use them to share a message of hope and love with the world. God bless you and good luck in all your future endeavors.
Our graduation addresses will be presented by several graduating seniors. I am delighted to present to you the first of these speakers, Miss Caroline Street.
start off by saying thank you to the teachers, parents, administration, and most importantly, the lunch ladies, for always providing me with mozzarella sticks when I needed them the most. I could not have made it to this day without you all. And to the class of 2016, congratulations. When we entered the halls of Fallston High School as freshmen, we felt like this day would never come. But when they told us the time would fly by, they were right, because here we are. We made it. 4 years ago, a wise man asked me, "Are we having fun yet?" Being a nervous, quiet freshman on my first day of high school, I just raised my shoulders, gave a scared look, and hurried to my first period class. I remember that day like it was yesterday, and I was not having fun. To start, I forgot the combination to the locker that held my highly anticipated PB&J sandwich and Capri Sun. To make matters worse, the key to my troubles and hunger was written inside my planner, which, as my luck would have it, was locked inside my French classroom. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, they did. I've never really had the best sense of direction, so it was only natural that I got lost on the way to the guidance office. When I finally found it, my guidance counselor gave me the combination. Or so I thought. Problem solved, right? Wrong. I excitedly attempted to open the locker, my stomach growling and mouth watering, only to discover it was not the right combination. As it turns out, guidance thought I was my sister, Melanie, so they had given me her combination instead. At this point, lunch was nearly over, and I was not having fun. I was forced to settle for the greasy mozzarella sticks when all I wanted was a PB&J. I learned 2 important lessons that day. 1, I love mozzarella sticks. And 2, we cannot let bad moments stop us from enjoying the good and having fun. I have come to believe that that man was definitely onto something. Those of you who have attended Fallston High School probably know exactly who I'm talking about, and that is Mr. Joe Healy. And he has taught me a valuable lesson that I will carry with me throughout my lifetime. Even on our worst days, when everything is going wrong, we have to remember that there is always something to smile about, and it's never impossible to have fun. Now, I'm not saying that as we go forward with our lives, we should spend our time having so much fun that we fail out of college, never focus on anything, and are unable to succeed. However, I do believe that along with succeeding and achieving our goals, we need to find time to enjoy the lives we're living. 4 years from now, when we're starting our careers and preparing ourselves for how we're going to live the rest of our lives, let's think of Mr. Joe Healy and ask ourselves, are we having fun yet? If the answer is no, then it's time to reevaluate the paths we're taking and perhaps try another. We only have so much time here on this earth. So why live a mediocre life when we could live an extraordinary one? I know that each and every one of us know how to have fun, and we all have the capability to be great. So let's do just that. Let's seize every moment, find every opportunity to laugh, and live interesting lives, because we only get one shot at it. Class of 2016, I can proudly say that the time we've spent together has been complete with countless, fun-filled, fall out of my chair because I'm laughing so hard moments. From football games to incredible school dances to the fugitive cow running across our field, the memories are endless. I'll never forget the time we spent together, and I wish you all the best in whatever you set your hearts on. And most of all, I hope you have fun, because who wants to live a boring life, am I right? I started this speech with the words of a very wise man, and I'd like to conclude it with the words of a very wise woman. Follow your passion, stay true to yourself, and never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then by all means you should follow that. Ellen DeGeneres. And to everyone here, and Mr. Healy, if you're out there, I pose the question, are we having fun yet?
will now hear choral selections presented by the Fallston High School Concert Choir and Men's Chorus under the direction of Mrs. Patricia Bowman.
See
will be presented by Mr. Edward Salvatierra.
That's there's one that's not I'm looking at one now.
Good afternoon, everybody. And what's going on? Thanks. When I heard that these graduation speeches would be due in just a few days, I did the natural thing for any experienced high school senior like myself. I put it off for a few days. I begged everybody within earshot for help or to just do it for me. And then I finished it late at night, just before it was due. And as I was trying to find a good focus for the speech, I noticed a really disturbing trend among all the advice my esteemed peers and mentors were giving me. All of it was useless. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad advice per se. It just wasn't the right advice for me. Without doubt, the most common recommendation I got was to quote my favorite song lyric. And as hard as I may have tried, it's pretty difficult to pull meaning from the chorus to La Bamba. So I decided to make song lyrics. The other suggestion I frequently heard was to use a metaphor to describe a wonderful experience that was Fallston High School. Well, I'm sure if any of you in the crowd have attended graduation before, you've heard these 4 years of high school compared to something like mountain peaks or a long sailing trip or even something like an ice cream sundae. Once again, this type of speech is not for me. In the words of the immortal Ron Swanson, I hate metaphors. That's why my favorite book is Moby Dick. No frou-frou symbolism, just a good old-fashioned tale about a man who hates an animal. And of course, the only reason I quote the all-time greatest fictional Parks Department director of the city of Palm is because I'm pretty sure his speech is not legally a graduation speech without a quote from a pop culture icon inside. Anyways, back to my enchanting tale of brainstorming up this speech you hear. Fed up with the type of help I was getting, I decided to write my speech by doing the thing I can do best: complain. So I started writing down all the bad advice I'd gotten, and right there on accident, I found myself a theme. I realized that I was trying to do what other people were saying I should or shouldn't do, rather than what I wanted to do. I realized that I was allowing other people to dictate my thoughts and actions, and my work was suffering as a result. When was the last time you ever heard of rich or famous people who got there because they did what other people told them to do? Could you imagine what life would be like if Steve Jobs had gotten a safe desk job or developed boring baking software instead of ignoring the status quo and revolutionizing the world with Apple computers and the iPhone like he did? Now, I'm not suggesting we reject the advice we get or do the opposite of what people say we should. What I am trying to say is that the final decision is always ours. We shouldn't get a certain degree just because that's what we're supposed to get. And we mustn't let go of our dreams just because someone told us to give up and do something more realistic. So what if we do something wrong? So what if it turns out everybody else was right? So what if we should have followed their advice the whole time? Then we fail. That's simple. We get back up, we make a note, we don't make the same mistake again. The only way to truly succeed is to fail, frequently and hard. So if the only reason we have to not do something is because other people claim that we risk failing, then we might as well just do it. As long as we don't let anybody else determine our paths, the possibilities for our futures are endless. After 12 years of education, we are now ready to explore these possibilities on our own. So let's not make the decisions we're supposed to make, or the decisions other people tell us to make. Let's make the decisions that we want to make. If we do that, our lives will all be all the better as a result. Congratulations, Fallston High School class of 2016. Live long and prosper.
Our final graduation address will be presented by Ms. Delaney Acker.
Good afternoon, everyone. For a lot of people, especially teenagers, music has the ability to express the emotions and ideas that we cannot necessarily express on our own. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm a pretty avid Bruce Springsteen fan, and while writing this speech, I came across one of his songs that I think captures the message that I would like to send today. For those not familiar with Bruce Springsteen, let me say this. Although he has traveled the world as a successful rock star for over 40 years, his music is still most inspired by his hometown of Freehold, New Jersey. Springsteen is able to connect with his audiences by forming one collective identity with them, that of small-town America, a connection we also share here in Fallston. His song entitled "The Ties That Bind" got me thinking about the magnitude of this next step that we're about to take. As we walk out these doors today, we no longer are going to be identified collectively as Fallston students. Rather, we are stepping out as individuals among infinite paths, no two of us taking the same. However, no matter how different our paths turn out to be in the years to come, there is one thing that will always remain the same, and that is our time here at Fallston. We each were lucky enough to be given the connection that Fallston has provided us with. The proud tradition of excellence that was expected of us has made us all better students and better people. The streets from 152 to Grafton Shop, the people from parents to community leaders, and our shared experiences are the ties that bind us together as a class. And as Mr. Springsteen sang, you can't break the ties that bind. Although the change that is headed our way is undoubtedly for the better, and although we have faced our hardships in the past, let us not forget the place and the people that have made us who we are. Fellow students and now graduates, for the last 18 years, Fallston has been our home. For us, this place is full of almost all of our memories, the countless nights spent together that we will never forget, such as the middle school gym during youth center, where the girls danced to music we're now embarrassed to say we considered good, and where the boys hid in the basketball room until it came time to ask a girl to slow dance to Aerosmith's "Don't Want to Miss a Thing." The football field where we showed enough spirit during the I Believe chants to break a row of bleachers or two. The cafeteria where we danced to the musical stylings of DJ Russ on the occasional Saturday night while Miss Youssef watched ever so vigilantly to make sure everyone was behaving themselves. And who can forget those late nights leaving 7-Eleven as Pixie called out to have a good safe night behind us. We have come to know almost everything and everyone in this town, but today symbolizes how all that is about to change. In just a few short weeks, we will all be thrust into new environments, forced to break out of the comfort zones that have surrounded us. Our future classes will no longer be filled with the faces we've been seeing for the past 12 years, and our professors most likely won't know our own names, let alone those of our brothers and sisters before us. I can't express how fortunate we are to come from a community such as Fallston, where personal connections assured our sense of self. So, to our parents, extended family, teachers, and administrators, thank you. Thank you for all the effort you have put in over the last 18 years, which has shaped each and every one of us into the students and people we are now. I hope that as you look across this floor today, just as Springsteen looks across the sea of people at his shows, you see the fruits of your labor and that you are proud. I know that some of us can't leave fast enough, but as Springsteen also sang, your bags are packed and all alone you want to ride. You're running now, but we will stand in time to face the ties that bind. It is undeniable how privileged we are to be given this upbringing. Let's never forget the ties that bind. Let's never forget our roots. I hope that as we travel and meet new people, we truly are humbled and able to see how we have benefited from attending Fallston High School. Now, Springsteen usually ends his shows by shouting, "I'm a prisoner of rock and roll" during an epic guitar solo, but today I think it's more important to stress the opposite. I hope that we are able to utilize and enjoy our newfound freedom, and I wish us all success in our future endeavors. Thank you, and as Pixie would say, have a good, safe night.
Mr. Fritsch, Ms. Runyon, Ms. Gautier. I certify that these candidates have met the requirements of the Maryland State Department of Education and the Harford County Board of Education for earning a high school diploma. Row 1, please stand. Megan Ann O'Neill. Arthur James Schatz. Delaney Lynn Apple. Samson Lofton Gold. Temalola Tiffany Afolabi. Mackenzie Lee Akins. Caitlin Eileen Arnold. Erica Donia Bagari. Livia Rose Baker. Taylor Nicole Barnes. Alexis Erin Beslick. Caitlin Nicole Bongiorno. Desiree Nicole Bongiovanni. Caitlin Rose Rigulio. Karen Elizabeth Butler. Logan Sean Axamitis. Cooper John Andrus. Jeffrey Taylor Allmiller. Eric Ronald Baranowski. Zachary Tyler Billings. Christopher David James Blunt. Mason Henry Boren. Andrew Tyler Bogdan. Ethan Richard Booth. Conrad Joseph Boyd. Andrew James Brackett. Andrew Jacob Brigulio. Cameron Thomas Brook. Ryan Patrick Moylan Buckler. Matthew Edward Butchop. Violet Aquina Kane. Alexis Lane Chatterton. Sona Kalpana Chaudhry. Alyssa Brooke Chilcote. Amber Delaney Serrani. Mackenzie Nicole Serrani. Abigail Sierra Clark. Isabel Anna Shea Cochran. Gabrielle Marie Colvin. Eileen Rachel Crawford. Rebecca Marie Curran. Jenna Marie Curro. Gabriela Nunciata D'Onofrio. Marta Anna Deckelman. Gabrielle Teresa DeSantis. Marcel Robert Creasy. Todd Everett Butchop. Quentin Francesco Burke.
Win.
Mitchell Donald Canham. Jack Casper Woodhead. Eric Michael Selmer. Thomas Chenworth. Tyler Daniel Chetler. Jonathan Allen Collins. Ryan Matthew Constantine. Patrick Francis Coonan. Hunter Ryan Diaz. John Thomas Dubats. Jaden Tyra Edwards. Alexandra Rose Descano. Elizabeth Ann Detman. Catherine Marie Dunhauser. Jessie Lynn Dunaway. Samantha Paige Edwards. Olivia Faith English. Caitlin Grace Flanagan. Allison Brooke Freeman. Olivia Lee Fuchsluger. Carly Giovanna Gargiulo. Despina Stylianos Giannis. Shannon Nicole Brammer. Emily Elise Greco. Amy Joe Guttermuth. Meredith Karen Hannes. Pierce Eisenhart. Oscar Barry Elliott III. Justin Arthur M.G. Farouz Robert Edamad Mogadam. Nathan Julius Ferraro. Zachary Thomas Boyce. Daniel Scott Foreman. Ryan Edward Fry. Jesus Manuel Garcia Martinez. Stephen Matthew Gardner. Colin James Gay. Austin James Gibbons. Zachary Frederick Good. Jack Dylan Halsasak. Jenna Lee Hare. Megan Marie Harmon. Savannah Lee Hemlin. Amelia Marie Herbert. Rachel Marie Higby. Emily Morgan Hill. Renee Suzanne Forka. Alexa Reagan Horney. Elizabeth Jean Howard. Emily Elizabeth Hoyt. Madison Cecilia Hurlbert. Noelle Alexandria Isaacs. Taylor Morgan Jacobs. Kirsten Anna Johnstone. Alexis Sierra Calius. Christopher Gage Harms. Keaton Keith Couch. Sean Jeffrey Harris. Sean William Harris. Justin Thomas Hartzell. Dylan Edward Hyatt. Matthew David Heisey. Justice Judy Hendrickson. Gavin Trent William Hoffmeister. Jeffrey Lewis Holbeck. Zachary Edward Hopkins. Jacob Dean Hornoff. Cole David Hornbeck. Elizabeth Blake Kamenko. Savannah Louise Kenny. Olivia Grace Coulthard. Kristen Renee Lacoste. Catherine L. Laughlin. Journey Corin Lowry. Elizabeth Harris McCow. Ioana Demetrios Manolis. Emma Marie Marzullo. Erin Elizabeth Masterhouse. Lauren Elizabeth Masterson. Jane Marion McMullen. Monica Rago Medina. Amber Renee Melton. Emma Lee Meyer. Devin Jacob Hyman. Zachary David Owen. Stanley Charles Kinzinger. Roman Victor Kovalets. Zachary John Labby. Cameron Jordan Lamana. John Friel Lodden. Mason Reed Ledbetter. Jacob Thomas Lippa. Louis Charles Floyd. Frank Michael Lopez Jr. Wesley Jason McCow. Justin Michael Malott. Joseph John Morancho. Michael John Martin. Gabrielle Ann Morris. Brooklyn Andrea Newbert. Harley Elizabeth Nutt. Emily Catherine O'Connor. Morgan Elizabeth Baleford. Rebecca Faith Paradise. Tyler Marie Hall. Erin Victoria Phillips. Mara Catherine Puchaska. Caitlin Francis Profiter. Mary Lou Christina Puglisi. Emily Marie Raleigh. Morgan Ray Regal. Haley Elizabeth Riley. Madison Lee Reinhardt. Scott Guyan McGill. Grant Mason McGuire. Kyle John McKeever. Daniel John Michaels. Alec Robert Milner. Nicholas Anthony Mojica. Christopher Leland Monahan. Nicholas Allen Monteflar. Chase Hunter Mosca. James Kendall Murray. Tyler Joseph Myers. Nicholas Jeffrey Byers. Jonathan Derek Novak. Andrew Richard Newth. Colin Edward O'Donnell. Bianca Alea Robinson. Casey Lynn Ross. Sierra Capri Rotella. Alexis Kimberly Ryan. Jenna Noel Sarandos. Kylie Noel Schatz. Elisa Rose Schmidt. Brianna Nicole Schnell. Adriana May Schwartz. Mackenzie Sinclair Sheets. Takura Michelle Sherrill. Kristen Marie Schock. Audrey Marie Schultz. Alexandria Elizabeth Shroud. Allison Christine Sill. Richard Joseph Olin Jr. Chaz Nathan Allen. Jordan Allen Oxendine. Zachary Joseph Paradise. Andrew Tyler Parks. Shiv Piyush Patel. Matthew Thomas Pedraglia. Journey Noy Fenelon. Jared Anthony Pereira. Connor Addison Ritchie. Edward Ramon Salvatierra. Mario Alex and Giorgio Rodriguez. Brandon Sebastian Schiller Sessa. Jonathan Michael Schwartz. Jonathan Victor Seelbach. Brooke Lauren Simmons. Sarah Nicole Smoot. Emily Elizabeth Stambaugh. Orenia Sofia Stavrakis. Meskarem Johnny Strama. Caroline Patricia Street. Abigail Lynn Stroka. Melissa Justine Stewart Nearhood. Jennifer Guyan Schramm. Courtney Therese Farley. Ayla Vincent. Kristen Rose Villacolono. Peyton Mariah Walter. Rachel Bailey Watkins. Charles McLeod Simon. Jacob Thomas Skinner. Clayton Moran Smith. John Stephen Summerfeld IV. Nathaniel Thomas St. Clair. Brad Alexander Stafford. Jacob Anthony Stacker. Thomas Eugene Street. Andrew Joshua Stump Jr. Zachary Cancino Sumalan. Ryan Timothy Tarrant. Eric Theodore Taylor. Benjamin Edward Topi. Zachary William Tracy. Kevin Trum Tran. Carrington Regina Welling. Lauren Michelle Willits. Linnea Vanessa Williams. Caitlin Marie Wood. Erica Lynn Wright. Catherine Casey Wright. Jordan Bailey Zeman. Ian Thomas Tunin. Daniel Louis Valcarengi. Spencer David Vanderbeek. Andrew Scott Ward. Ryan Xavier Wells. Matthew Ryan Whitlock. William Lyons Wilcox. Jacob Nathaniel Williams. Ryan Nicole Whistler. Justin Roderick Wolf. Matthew James Wollenweber. Matthew Stephen Zabron. Logan Alexander Taylor Zervogel. The turning of the tassel symbolizes the students' transition from high school to the next stage of their lives. Our graduates decided, as a class, that it would be a fitting expression of their class and school spirit to turn their tassels as a group rather than individually. Graduates, at this time, please turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Fallston High School graduating class of 2016.
RJ, look, hold it up.